Hello, 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 Gemini. It's time for your peek into 220. This is a reading for a Gemini sun, moon, rising, and anywhere prominent you have a Gemini in your chart. So without further ado, I'm going to, as I talk, I'll give you the explanation of how I'm going to do it. Okay, so I have here the Lenormand Oracle deck, and as many of you out there who read cards know, the Lenormand, with the Lenormand, there are 36 cards. You can make a grand tableau. Well, for this peek into the year 2020, I'm taking out the middle part of the grand tableau, and I'm calling it the mini grand tableau. So let me start by showing you the table and I'll show you let me see if I can get out of there. Okay, so you don't have to get my computer. All right, there you go. So let's see, 4x4. What's in store for Gemini for the year 2020? Okay, let's take a look. Okay, let me show you these cards. That is the letter, the mice, the what is that? The lily. Sorry, the lily, the bouquet. Okay, then we have the heart, the snake, the stork, the rider, the whip, the key, the scythe. There you go. The birds, the clover, the bear, the cross, and the stars. The stars. Okay, so I'm going to start with 3-month periods. The first 3 months, January, February, and March. January, February, and March. Well, it looks like there is both hell and high water, in the sense that there will be a lot of communication between you and a loved one, and that is fine. I mean, that's normal. We wouldn't say that you need a reader for that or a psychic for that. But there could be, there will be ups and downs and ups and downs. You know, one day you're smooching, the other day you're screaming at each other, you're coming close, you're moving far, coming together, moving apart. This is characterizing the entire 3 months. And luckily, at the end of that period, you both come away. And this in a positive state, in a satisfied state. Now, this could not only be in relation to a loved one like your significant other or a companion, but also in terms of a business partner or someone that you have very dear to your heart, a family member, close relative, a friend, very close friend. Now, in terms of April, May, and June, the second part of the year, the second 3 months of the year, we've got in the beginning, right off at the beginning of April, for about, probably the entire month of April, almost 3/4 of the month of April, where you are going to have difficulties. There is, that is probably and I'm looking at the spread, it is the worst part of the year for you. The entire month of April, I would say, around that, give or take a week. And unfortunately, it's characterized by obstacles, by difficulties, by things that, if anything can go wrong, it will be going wrong in that moment, in that trimester, April, May, and June. However, at the end of that trimester, towards the practically in June, you're practically the end of May and in June, you have a sense of having overcome so many difficulties that you're getting a sense of security. That, hey, you pat yourself on the back and you say, wow, I was able to come out of it ahead. Now, if we go into the July, August, September period, what do we have here? Very interesting moment and a very challenging moment. The second trimester, as I said, was wrought with difficulties, insidious nature of very many, problems, a lot of different problems. Here, it's different. Here you feel as you have things in control. You even consider, this is the time of year that July, August, and September, you consider even going back to an old love, going back to an old place, going back to a place where you used to live, going back to the scene of a crime, going back and facing something that is over now, but going back and revisiting that, emotionally speaking, so you can truly leave it behind. It's sort of a therapeutic move. And this doesn't necessarily mean, Gemini, that you have to take a plane or a train or your car and go there yourself. But this is revisiting even at an emotional level, at the level of your thoughts. And you're able then to just leave it behind. I'm not saying, Gemini, ladies and gentlemen, friends, I'm not saying that you remove it from your mind. This is something that accompanies us, just like the scars on our skin as we get older. They're experiences that accompany you. But in that period of time, July, August, September, Gemini, is when you're able to understand better what happened, what went down. And this is the most crucial moment of healing for you. It's the moment where you are able to put things on the shelf, in a bag, lock them up, put them away in a piece of luggage. But it is very difficult. It's difficult because of that, because you face your difficulties. And this is a moment where you heal and where you grow at the same time. Now, we have at the end of the month, the end of the year, October, November, and December, we have a more light-hearted feeling, right? We've had 9 months, quite difficult sometimes, except for the first 3 months, and we start to have a little more spring to our step. You meet new people. People are, looking at you, smiling at you. They give you a good sense of feedback in terms of who you are. Sometimes you are prone to excessive chatter, excessive talk, and it might be the moment during the year, Gemini, where you might have to think, maybe I should listen more than I speak, but you will be guided in that sense. Should I speak more? Should I speak less? And all in all, the year comes out with a sense of orientation, a sense that you know where you're going, a sense that you have come a long way and now you're ready for that following year. Let me take now different areas of this spread that concern specific meanings. Now, the first is beginnings and endings, the area of beginnings and endings. You will be being informed either by post, email, anything, text, anything, but you will catch wind of, and this could also be spiritually speaking, you will get messages even from your guides that they're going to be pre-announcing an end of something and announcing something opening up for you in the future, as we have seen somebody crossing your path in the last 3 months of the year. Now, what is the ending all about? The ending is a warning that a sort of I say a sort of a relationship, it could be a partnership, could be a business partnership, will be up and down. It will be difficult. Now, that is what the communication concerning a renovation, something going out, something going in. Now, surprises during the year, well, I have to say that many of the surprises are not going to be the best surprises. They're not going to be anything, no news is good news. Well, no surprise is a good surprise, except for the last last 3 months of the year. Definite endings, there will be a person who you lose. You lose in terms of never being able to communicate with them again because they closed the door on you. That's one reading. The other reading is that they are no longer physically present to communicate with you. But the notion of communication itself is high on your list during the year, Gemini, that will help you in all of those from April to September to get through those difficult periods. That is a gift for you. I'm not saying that you have the gift of gab, but you have the gift of being able to communicate in order to iron out difficulties that you may have. Now, also, let's see, just one other thing here. In terms of your work and your livelihood, okay, I don't see any changes in that sense. I don't see anything in terms of you wanting to change jobs or actually changing jobs or changing activity or changing career. No, I see a strengthening of the work that you're doing and an all over, let's say an all around sense that people around you on the workplace really do appreciate what you do. When I did talk about a sense of security in that second trimester, April, May, and June, I did say at the very end, probably at the end of May and June, is when you're going to feel more secure and more grounded because you have been able to face a lot of difficulties. Well, I'm again here reminded that your sense of security is going to be highly undermined in that first 3 months, in that second 3 months, April, May, and June. And it is precisely that sense of security that you're going to have to fight for, and being triumphant at the end of that, by May and June of that period. Then we have, in terms of your sense of orientation, your gut, your communication from your guides, where you get your information for what you want to do. I see that in the year, ladies and gentlemen, Gemini friends, that they all point you to home. They all point you to a place where you used to be. When you feel disoriented, when you feel as if you're losing your bearings, they're pushing you toward a place that you used to call your home, that you call your home, that you feel that the people there are your family members. Now, in terms of actually being in a place where you can call your home, I'm strengthened. These two cards right next to each other, they talk of the same thing. They're talking about messages that will be guiding you toward an area that you call your home. And that is probably the most important message that I could give you. When you see that things are wavering, when you see that there's difficulty, aim for your north in the compass, going back to a place that you call home. Now, public life, how Here, the jury is a bit out on the how you act in public, how you, if you're a speaker, if you have people who are under, if you're a manager with people under you, anything that has to do with you and the public life, you and institutions, you and anything to do with the public, larger numbers, not just a one-to-one. I've got here that you will be prone to argumentation. Right, you'll be prone to argumentation, to litigation, even legally, to um, calling people out on certain things. And unfortunately, I've got here the very clear message that with this key right over the House of Obstacles, it talks about the obstacles that you will be facing in the year are the ones that will be part of your healing process towards the end of the year. And towards the end, more than the end of the year, it's the end of the third trimester, July, August, and September. Now, decisions that you have to take in your life in the year 2020. I have here decisions are made by you very rapidly, almost too rapidly, I'm getting here, in a sense of nervousness. You just want to get rid of the issue, you want to get rid of the problem, you want to put an end to things, and that's what you do. And it may work to your detriment. It may work against you. And it's very anxiety ridden around the issues of problem, around how you deal with problems. There is a need for calm. They are telling you very clear. And in terms of hidden, something that's hidden from you, I have here that those things that are hidden from you are very lucky in the sense of don't leave sleeping dogs lie. Do not go uncovering things that you want to look for answers that probably are not meant to be for the year 2020. Because the less you know in certain realms, the better it is, and the more it will work to your advantage. Anything else? We did talk about communication and how that is a gift for you during the entire year. But matters in relating to communication, where you are forced to communicate. Here I'm strengthened. Here the message is highlighted that this is the area where you will feel more a greater sense of security when you have to deal with matters of communication, because you have the gift of communication. That will bring you greater security. Now, there are two houses here, the male and female influences, and they do speak to our male side and our female side. First, the male side. And here I have the male influence in your life, the male side to your life story, your soul story, is going to be one of great pain. It's going to be of great healing, the need for healing. It's going to be where you are hit the most. And I'll give you an example for a woman. Okay, let's say the female side to a woman's story, we would know. The male side to a woman's story, we can glean from activities, roles that a woman needs to play that are not inherent to her nature. Let's say a woman is in the job, is forced to take on a number of responsibilities that she did not want, right? That you did not want. Unfortunately, you have to step up because something, say a colleague fell ill. You have to take the place of that person. There will be issues there. So things, activities, and a role relating to male activities are going to be painful, are going to be crucial. That's what I want to say. Crucial and need to be faced head on. Now the female influences. Here is where I have your greatest asset here. I have the, let's see if I could get a little bit of light here. Let's see. There you go. Is the stars. Your gut, your intuition, Your psychic ability is what you can fall back on during the year 2020, so you can get help with solving especially those issues in the second and the third trimester. Well, I do hope this was of help to you, ladies and gentlemen, Gemini friends, and do have a wonderful new year. And I will be back with, of course, the January readings. And like and share my videos. I would appreciate that. Namaste, Gemini, until we read together again. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.